So yeah, I'd definitely say this is my favorite podcast out of the two.
Okay.
I fucking hate that other one.
Yeah. Well, everybody, we're back. Happy New Year. It's January 17th, 2019. And you are listening to Sound Advice with JK and Alex Rice.
Honestly, it's just so much like cooler and
Oh my God.
indier, trendier.
Okay, we're good.
Like Sound Advice.
Yeah, I say sitting in here with my Eddie Bauer
Yeah,
turtleneck
dude, exactly.
sweater
Like
and your fucking
my flannel and my
your
my jeans.
your skin colored flannel.
Like someone could take a picture of us right now and it could end up in like
A coffee shop.
a
or some
coffee
shit.
shop in like 20 years from now, and it's like JK and Alex Rice, you know, like,
Recording the most successful podcast.
Sound
of all time.
Advice. Yeah, exactly. 2019, and it gives me like that like what's his name, John, the one that Rocket Man,
Elton John.
Elton John. It gives
What
me,
the fuck?
at least what you're wearing,
John.
I like when I see what you're wearing, like I get like an Elton John sort of vibe, and it brings me back to like the 80s, to like, you know, when music was good.
Shut up. Oh my God. Music is good now, bro.
And I don't know, like it gives me this sort of aesthetic that I just fuck with. You know what I'm saying, bro?
So you saying you fuck with me?
Yeah, bro. I
Cool.
fuck with you,
I mean, I figured we fuck with each other since, you know, we do this podcast like every week
dude.
for
Honestly,
like an hour and a half.
Like we should just live record us fucking
Let's not do that.
in post. I think we should do it in post.
No, I don't think we should do it at all. I think we and everyone who listens could go without it.
Are you sure?
I'm
I
100%
definitely
sure.
think some fans would be into that.
We also need to figure out a way to get this on Spotify.
Dude,
or
honestly,
something.
well, I was talking to someone and they're saying how they uploaded their podcast to Spotify, and I'm trying to figure out how they did it, because if those people could do it, no offense to those people, that's why I didn't say any names, but I could definitely fucking do it.
Exactly.
It's something about finding out like your
There's
embed
like
number.
there's like an RSS
yeah
encoding thing
that you're
gotta
supposed
do.
to do, and it seems like it could be really easy, but I'm just not putting in the effort to figure it out. But that is what we're gonna do for 2019 for Sound Advice. We're gonna put this baby on Spotify.
That is our resolution
Yeah.
for everyone, so that you don't have to have your phone screen on.
Exactly, because that's annoying for me too. Like I don't want.
Yeah, when I
to
listen
leave.
back to this, I don't want to just have my phone screen on all
Exactly.
the time.
I want to have Spotify on, and then look at my kids and be like, "Hey,
You guys want some of this heat?
yeah, you guys want to hear this?"
Are you sure you don't? There's like 60 more hours.
Yeah, and they're like, "Dad, I really don't want to listen to it," and I'm like, "You come on, dude, this is my prime." And
I
they're like,
sound so much younger.
I look like I sound confident and sexy, and the kids are like, "Dad, you're talking about fucking someone like across from you. I really don't
Hey,
feel
Hey,
comfortable."
that's your Uncle Alex, okay? I'm talking about fucking your uncle. You chill out, okay? You appreciate what me and your uncle had. Dad, he's not even our uncle. Dad, he's
Like,
not.
listen, you're gonna address him as uncle because that's how us white Americans do things. You know, I don't have an actual brother.
You're close enough with someone, so they're just like,
They're-
fuck it.
fuck
you're,
it.
You're the uncle.
You're more than a friend. You're more than a best friend. You're now a relative to me.
Hell yeah.
And there you go. Starting off 2019 with analyzing white people.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want to start off any other way.
Yeah.
So I'd
Yeah.
like to go on a little bit of a tangent here, if you would allow me to indulge myself.
I'll allow you to do more than indulge yourself. I'll allow you this tangent.
Okay, perfect.
Go
Thank
for
you. So I'm taking this audio class,
Yeah.
and it's a professor who I love very much, and because he's real, he's down to earth. He used to play in a band, and he said that after college or high school, one of the two, he said all he did for like a year was twist joints and hang out with the GF. And I'm like, fuck, man, that's some baller ass shit right there. That's like, no random professor is going to be telling me that. That's a guy who fucking knows what he wants. At the same time, as much as I love the guy,
Mm-hmm.
and this is going to sound a little controversial here, because it's not necessarily a bad thing, but he said it himself, he's a hardcore liberal.
Mm-hmm.
And now that's not exactly a bad thing. If you're a hardcore liberal, that's what you like, go for it. You know,
Yeah.
I personally don't think you should lean completely one way or the other, but if that's how you do it, that's how you do it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a moderate. What can I say? It's 2019. Let's be acceptable of different political agendas. But the only thing that I find as a problem is that, and this is something that we've talked about before, but he was talking about some of his favorite albums, and he said he couldn't find one album that he liked the most, but he likes, like a lot of the Beatles albums he regards as some of his favorites. He said Bitches Brew, one of his favorites. Frank Zappa's orchestral pieces he sees as some of his favorite pieces of music, and that's totally fine. So I was like, what do you think about Kanye West? And the guy was like, can't stand him. I hate him. And then another kid was like,
why?
Yeah, like, what about his production value? You at least got to respect his production value. And then the teacher was like, no, I don't care about anything about him. There's just everything about him I don't like. And I was kind of thinking, like, and this isn't the first time I've heard this. A lot of the music teachers that I've had so far, they've all kind of been anti-rap.
Yeah, that's because people aren't willing to accept that rap's an art form.
Exactly.
Yet, besides like all of us who are coming in, we're like, that's kind of what we're growing up on right now. Where do you think we're getting inspired?
Exactly. And
no offense. I mean, you're allowed to like classic rock and stuff like that, but don't expect your students to be coming in being like, I'm the next David Bowie.
Yeah, nobody's doing that. Nobody's going to come in being like, listen, man, I love Prince, and I want to do Prince. Sure, there's going to be kids like that.
Prince is one of my favorite artists. One of my favorite albums of last year, Prince and a Microphone.
Yeah.
Gorgeous album, 36 minutes of Prince just playing the piano and ad-libbing pretty much. Exactly. Minimal production value on that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about shit where there's layers on layers on layers. When you look back in like bands that were doing that, there was pretty much fucking, come on, who did it?
Layers on layers?
21st Century Schizoid Man, who did that
one?
one?
That's King Crimson.
King Crimson was layering like nobody else.
Yeah.
But that's really all you got, and that's what starts progressive rock.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at the rest of the stuff, it's all just kind of recorded live in a studio, and everyone's just like, okay,
yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
But it's like King Crimson inspires so much, and King Crimson was used and powered by Kanye West, and it's like your professor sounds like he can't separate art from the artist, and it's like that's such a come on.
It's a shame, yeah.
And you call yourself a liberal?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, man. Like it just seems like when it's someone that they don't like, they're willing to not separate them. You know?
It seems really hypocritical.
It is. For instance, I could have probably brought up all the horrible things that many of these artists have done. I've said this before podcasts where
we've talked about it. It's insane.
It's insane. Rock and rollers weren't exactly fucking pure, but at the same time, I mean, even the Beatles, John Lennon, something about hitting his wife or whatever, all the shit that he did to his wife when it came to cheating and all that. I mean, but hey, it was before social media, so it makes it okay. But yell at your grandma because she's still a little bit racist. Exactly. Yeah.
But, John Lennon, he was shot and assassinated. Can't taint that legacy.
Nope.
Don't do it. Don't even think about it.
Perfect.
It's fine that he, hit his wife, but he was shot at a young age. So
it's okay. Really, he was before his time.
It's the same with JFK. Not exactly an artist. Cheated on his wife a ton. Marilyn Monroe.
Yep.
Shot in the head. Oh, he was so young
and attractive.
Yeah, he was hot, but like by today's standards, he looks fucking weird.
Yeah. I think that's the problem is that a lot of old people, like, they just...
We're totally going to get bagged on for just making fun of people who got assassinated.
Yeah. Well, it's not us making fun of the assassinated people. It's us making fun of the society's perspective of assassinated people and how they get a better rep just because they were killed at a young age.
I could see people who are, like, at women's rights rallies and, like, stuff like that who are wearing John Lennon t-shirts. I'm like... You know he smacked the shit out of Yoko, right?
Yeah, do you realize...
Like, publicly?
Yeah.
And, like, cheated on her and, like, made sure that was known to her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
And you know how terrible he was to the other Beatles, right? You know how mean they were to each other?
Yeah.
Yeah, but, like, he's dead.
But, I mean, have you heard...
Sorry.
Yellow
That's assuming
Submarine?
that a liberal's a woman. Yeah, but, like, he's dead. There we go. We got a big, buff liberal dude. So, like, we just covered both bases.
We're being fair. We're being fair to both sides.
Being impartial. Being moderate.
Now that we've just taken this shit right down the political stream.
Fuck. This is no longer sound advice. This is how to get everyone to hate you.
How to get everyone on both sides.
5 minutes.
I realize now that being a moderate isn't a good idea because I'm just going to end up making both sides hate me. So great.
It's okay. You've opened the door to a whole brand new topic that I wanted to fucking talk about.
Yeah,
I just saw it on Twitter right before we started
good.
recording.
I'm glad. I'm glad I was able to segue to that. But I mean, that's the thing is that these artists have done some stupid shit. And at the beginning of the year, I wasn't entirely sure whether I could separate art from the artist. And now at this point, realize at the beginning of the year when X was getting popular and 6ix9ine was getting popular, like last year, I was kind of not sure because I was like, look, man, like X has done some shitty stuff and 6ix9ine's done some shitty stuff, and I don't know if I really want to listen to this stuff on Spotify and give these guys, listens and give them money directly from me to them. But then I was also thinking that I do the same thing to Led Zeppelin and Bowie and the Stones
and like
and
people
the
are like,
Beatles.
oh, but half of Led Zeppelin's dead. Well, X is dead.
Yeah, exactly.
6ix9ine's in jail.
Exactly. So
what's your fucking point?
So like that's the thing, and that's what I'm saying at this point is that if we're willing to give the people in the past the benefit of the doubt because their art is like good or whatever you want to say,
it's considered good,
then I think the art of today should be able to have that same benefit of the doubt. It's not fair that just because you don't like rap or you don't like hip hop that for some reason it talks about misogyny, but yet old rock and roll songs of the past didn't also talk about the same damn things just because it's done in a different way that you're allowed.
Because it's considered a classic.
Yeah, exactly. Like
it's like people, the Birth of a Nation is actually a great example. One of the very first films. Yeah. Silent film, 3 hours long, all about racism, depicts black people in a terrible, terrible manner. But it's a technical masterpiece. Yeah. But it's also hated by pretty much everyone who watches it because they're like, what the fuck is this shit? But it's also a technical masterpiece. Yeah. Separate it a little bit. Appreciate it for what it is. Hate the content. Hate everything about it.
And that's the line that needs to be drawn is that you can appreciate the technical aspects, but you can hate what it's about. You can both like something and hate it, So I think that's a really good point that you brought up. And I think that we're going to start seeing that a lot in the future. I mean, we're already seeing it. A lot of old movies using, homophobic slang terms or even, misogynistic terms towards both women and homosexuals. I think that that's already starting to become more apparent, in the older movies like in the 80s or 90s when it wasn't as much of a problem to use that sort of language. And I'm curious whether these movies are just going to be shunned or whether it's going to be like it was part of the time so you can appreciate the technical aspects.
But that's the thing that you're bringing up that a lot of people can't.
And that's the thing.
Separate.
They can't separate it.
How can you put your being offended over freedom of speech? Are you going to impeach on someone's right to say this? Oh, well, you can't say blah, blah, blah because it offends me. Yeah, freedom of speech. Yeah. I'm not threatening to kill you. Yeah. I'm not threatening you in any way. I'm not, as long as there's no threat, there's no problem with it. Exactly. I'm not going to defend hateful language and stuff like that because that's wrong. Of course. But if it's in films and music and stuff like that, it's perceived differently, but people still can't separate it. And I think films are going to be difficult because same with TV shows. And I think it's going to be interesting when the day comes that everyone hates Mad Men because it's sexist towards women. And it's like, no, it's a commentary on how it exactly was in the 1960s when men were allowed to talk like this to women, when men were allowed to go around being men and slapping kids if they were being bad in their eyes. Exactly.
It's a social commentary, and that'll be so funny is if we get to the point where the satire is looked at as almost like an offensive medium,
Like I was watching Mad Men. There was an episode I was watching just with my mom, and the guys were just like making remarks at the secretaries, and I was like laughing, and my mom was like, "Why are you laughing?" I was like, "Cause it's so ridiculous." Yeah. Like I don't want to say I'm smarter than everyone, but it's like I'm smart enough to know that this is satire. This is stupid. Yeah. Like it's funny. It's Mad Men is extremely engaging, but it's like it's funny because it's like I know that's not how we talk to people, or that's not how you should talk to people. There's still plenty of people that talk like that, but it's like If you have the sense, then you should be able to appreciate it.
Exactly. Well, I mean, that's the thing. I would much rather have a historically accurate, documentation on how people actually acted back then, rather than the PC version of it. And I think that's another whole bag of worms. In that, if we're not able to talk about these subjects in a way that is, artistically, in a way that might offend people, like how Mad Men does it, I feel like then we're gonna lose an edge with art, and things are gonna get duller.
And that's a common argument I actually hear a lot, is people freaking out because YouTube is limiting a lot of content. Yeah. Right now, YouTube actually just announced, we talked about it in marketing this morning, about how they're removing removing videos without the channel's permission on challenges such as the Cinnamon Challenge, Bird Box Challenge, and the Tide Pod Challenge. Fucking great. That's amazing. Good on YouTube. People are complaining. They're like, well, why wasn't it done? Shut up, okay? At least it's being done. Yeah. It is being done, okay? And that's more than you can say for companies like LiveLeak. And everyone's like, oh, well, LiveLeak's LiveLeak. The fuck's different about YouTube?
Exactly.
And everyone bitches then because then they're like, well, they're limiting creativity. You can make your own damn site.
Yeah.
YouTube's a private company, privately owned, privately financed. Advertisers don't want their videos posted on another video of somebody getting into a car accident because they were fucking retarded and drove into 4 lanes of oncoming traffic with a blindfold on. They were like, almost died, and put everyone around them at serious danger.
Yeah.
It's like, really?
Yeah.
And you're getting mad that they're just now doing it. At least they're
doing it. Yeah.
Because people don't realize that Twitter has no limits, dude. Twitter is the absolute it's the place where shit goes to just, it can stay there.
Yeah.
People don't care.
But it's anarchy.
But also Twitter is where people are most PC, and it's kind of funny.
It's ridiculous. I don't know. And I mean, I would totally agree about the whole, like, that whole Bird Box, Tide Pod, because that stuff will, like, kill someone. But I also think that YouTube's been too restrictive on the other side, where if someone swears, or I'd say
YouTube has been, but I mean, that was the whole thing with the adpocalypse. We've been kind of coming out of it, so it's interesting to see where it's gonna go. But it's like, if it's stuff that's directly gonna harm someone, that makes plenty of sense.
That makes sense.
But they also got to be a little smarter about their shit.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is, and that's the thing, is that when you have, something that might be seen as offensive, it's hard in this day and age to sort of, I don't know, like
anticipate
the
backlash. Yeah,
exactly.
It's really difficult.
It's crazy being in 2019 now and understanding like, what is the reaction to this?
You can't anticipate
it. For some things, like there was a movie it was the epic rap battles. I was watching those, and there was a lot of, I was watching, like, for instance, a lot of the women ones, like Cleopatra versus the one you just said, the name you just said, the
Marilyn Monroe.
Marilyn Monroe. And there's a lot of, like, what would be seen as misogynistic terms being used in those videos, and I was curious on if this were to be released today, would it still have been as popular, or would people have been looking at it as offensive?
I think it would have been fine, because I mean, people like Andddd and
that's
H3H3, they've grown off of that type of content, because there's the people that are sick of it and they watch those videos because they're like, thank you.
Yeah.
And I mean, it comes back to the freedom of speech. If YouTube doesn't find it offensive and doesn't remove it, then it's perfectly fine. But if YouTube wants to remove it, then they can.
Yeah. No, that's a really good point that you brought up Andddd, because that's actually very true, because he says all of the words that people have been shunned from the media, like from Hollywood, for saying, and it's interesting that he's able to get away with it. And I think he's able to get away with it because he's not using it in a sort of hurtful, derogatory way, but he's just saying it to show that the words themselves really shouldn't have so much power to them, because by you giving them the power, you are making them, by you getting offended to it, you are giving the words the power.
Yeah, like one of the most interesting things that he says is when he's talking about racial slurs and like Tana Montague or whatever her name is. He's like, either all of them are offensive
or none of them are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's like a great point. It's like, why are you allowed to say, please don't get offended by this, why are you allowed to say fag, but then you can't even like refer to the N-word as anything else?
Exactly.
It's like
which
I'm not putting those two words on the same level, but
course.
also I'm still like,
no, I know exactly
like,
what you're saying.
Like, I mean, they're both slurs. How does one hold more power than the other?
Mm-hmm. How is one more offensive than the other when they're both?
Or like another racial slur. Like I don't want to start dinging off and saying.
Well, he even said Andddd gave an example. Again, don't shun me, but it's a zipper head, and that's what was used against Oriental people back in like when they were laying down tracks or whatever, and they're like dynamite would go off or something. And it would like blow them up, something along those lines. And
I thought it was against Japanese people in World War II.
It might have been.
I think that's what it was, because people were like, yeah, when our tanks run over their faces.
Oh, well.
We might have to edit this part out.
We might. I mean, it's an interesting subject. I feel like we're tackling it pretty appropriately so far.
I hope so.
I'd hope so.
But
again,
I don't want you guys to think that I'm putting fag and the N-word on the same level. Okay, I'm just saying that they're both slurs.
They're both slurs, exactly. And if you're going to be offended by one, I feel like it's only fair for you to be offended by the other. And if you're not, then you shouldn't be offended by either. And I think that's only half of it. I think the other thing is that being offended by it in general is just letting the words have, because it's just 4 letters or 6 letters thrown together.
Yeah, but everyone, when you say that, everyone's like, oh, but the words already have meaning. Then don't let them have meaning.
Yeah, don't let
people are like, well, don't let the history.
Yeah, it's not going on anymore. They're like slavery, all that's
most
gone.
Most people that, like, I think know this and, like, say these words without, like, the meaning actually being behind it aren't thinking about the history.
I don't think they are.
You're not everyone saying it isn't saying it to not be racist.
Of course.
But also everyone saying it isn't saying it to be racist.
Where I'm from, good old Cleveland, good old hard right Cleveland, that word to be thrown around as if you were saying bro to someone, That's the thing is like, and I get why Tana would try and defend herself. This was 2 or 3 years ago when she was called out for using the N-word, and she was like, well, back when I was living in Las Vegas, people would use it, and I thought it meant like brother or friend or blah, blah, blah. And it's like, that's what most people use it as. Yes.
But I'm also not going to excuse the white supremacists. They use it to degrade someone.
That's when it's wrong.
Because then it's used in that hateful way, in that threatening way that, again, takes it back to like, that's not really defended by your First Amendment right.
Yeah.
When you're threatening someone, it's much more different than when you're like, yo, what's up?
Yeah, what's up, brother?
Yeah.
Exactly. What's up, neighbor?
Oh, my God.
No, exactly. And I think that's good. 2 white people talking about why these slurs should be used.
Yo, y'all gonna hate this. God.
I hope this ages well.
I don't think it will, but
we might have to edit this out. But
coming back to Bird Box.
Okay.
Are you done with that, or do you have anything else?
I was gonna segue into something else, so take it away.
Okay, I have one thing else about fucking Bird Box, because this shit is so annoying. Netflix's Bird Box Bird Box uses actual footage from the 2013 blah 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 rail disaster which killed 47 people. The streaming giant is now facing criticism for the choice. No, they aren't. Fucking by who? I scrolled through this entire news story and there was one comment defending them and one comment against them.
Yeah.
Who the fuck else has problems with this shit?
I haven't even heard anything about that.
I'm so sick of these fucking news people just trying, and I'm not going to jump on the train and be like, oh, fake news. I'm going to jump on the train where it's like, y'all blowing stories way out of proportion for fucking clicks.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I hate that. I absolutely hate that. In this day and age, it's like the clickbait is unreal.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it's even getting to the point where there's not even a story yet, but there's rumors. And then all of a sudden the media is willing to run with the rumors just so they can get more people to click on it.
Like, you go on to these stories and they say, like, all the way at the bottom, this was on my Twitter news feed. It's like you're all up to date.
Yeah.
6 of the accounts that were on there were like run by news. It was like CNN, IndieWire, blah blah blah, NBC. The 2 comments were the only other 2 things on there, and I got to the bottom. It said you're up to date, motherfucker. No one else had problems with it.
Yeah, well,
no one else had problems with
obviously,
it.
I haven't heard a goddamn thing about it.
And I think the thing is like, you guys are misinterpreting the whole click thing behind people being engaged in stories with like this whole aspect that there's that, sorry, Jake just pulled out his AirPods, everyone. But no.
Just trying to flex on you real quick.
People get this whole idea mixed up that they don't want a story updated about fucking whether or not Bird Box is offensive because it has 1 clip in it.
Yeah.
Okay. People want stories where there's like actual engagement, or there's like a manhunt, and people can relate to it, or they can be interested in it, and they need to come back for updates. Like, this is gonna be a bad example, but there was the dude that was killing people on Facebook Live.
Okay, yeah.
And when they caught him, they updated all the news stations, and the stories were the same, and you got to see like all the timestamps and everything from when there was updates posted. It's like, okay, so and so's on the loose. Everyone stay safe, depending on the area. Okay, he's still going. They got him. Those are the updates that like are important. We don't need updates on whether or not so and so has made a statement on whether they think removing footage from a fucking train accident is necessary.
Necessary, yeah. No, I totally agree. And I think a similar example to the Facebook Live one would be like the Boston bombing.
Mm-hmm.
Where
that was another one that I was thinking of. It's like that's important.
Yeah.
That's important stuff that news stations need to cover.
Yeah. And I think that's the point, is that, you know, you see a title that is that juicy, you know, like, oh, they offended this many people by throwing this in. It's that controversy that like gets discussion going, gets people like, clicking.
2 people? Yeah? Really?
And that's the thing, is it
backfires. We're going to value 2 people that much.
Yeah, that's the thing, it backfires. It's like...
It backfires, but it doesn't, because it gets us talking.
That's the thing. We're talking about it right now, and that's what sucks, is that we're adding fuel to the fire.
But it's already off my fucking trending page.
I just think that the whole thing is ridiculous. I think that the fact that they're so needy for clicks, that they're willing to run stories like that instead of stories that need to be ran, is a little ridiculous. So I agree with you there.
Also, final thing about Bird Box, not a good movie. I just want you guys to know that. It's a bad movie.
Would you say that Sandra Bullock is hot?
She used to be.
Yeah. I thought she was hot in Gravity.
Yeah, short hair was kind of cute.
She's cute.
She was at her peak in Speed with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
John Wick 3.
Yeah.
Trailer came out today.
Yo, that's right. I haven't seen it yet. Is it good?
It's real good.
Dude, I'm excited. We got to see that together.
The entire city that they're in is about to kill John Wick.
Yo.
Like, he's like getting like some wound repaired, and he's like, there's 5 seconds until everyone's coming after me.
Dude, the whole movie is just going to be endless, like, fast-paced action. It's going to be like Transporter 2.
I'm so excited. It's what I've always wanted in a movie.
Yeah.
It's what I've wanted in an action movie ever since I've like heard of concepts of action movies. Yeah. I'm like, I want one city where everyone wants to kill this fucking dude. Yeah. The only thing that I've heard of, there's this movie called 71, and it's about this soldier in this town where there's like a ton of riots going on, and like everyone on his riot team gets killed.
Oh shit.
And like he has to like run through the city and like make it out before they kill him too.
Oh, that sounds really cool.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but I heard of it and I was like, that could be cool.
Yeah.
And then just never found it. But anyways, besides, this thing's got a bigger budget, so I'm even more excited.
Exactly.
Fucking Keanu Reeves. Holy shit, those John Wick movies are so good.
They're so good. Like, the first one is just like a perfect, solid action movie. And then the second one just bumps it all up to fucking 10. And then this one's going to bump it all up to 100. It's exactly how a movie should progress.
I really hope that, like, they stick the landing.
I do too.
Of the solid trilogy.
Yes, because this would be the first time where I think that every movie in a trilogy is like absolutely perfect.
And I think that they've gotten better. I think one was good, 2 was better, and I'm praying that 3 is going to be amazing.
They just have such a good way of like, I feel like action scenes, they need really good sets. And John Wick always has the dopest fucking sets, whether it's Theon Greyjoy in like the club, and like you got the music playing as John's going through like vaporwave aesthetic colors, or
And I think the setting works
it works
so well.
so well.
It works to its advantage.
Yes, exactly.
So perfectly.
So like the whole mystery of like the underground like mafia thing that's going on, and the second one just bumps it all up. You got what was it? Common, who's in the
yeah,
yeah.
Common's like an assassin.
Yeah, that's fucking
and he just
sick.
kills Common. I was like, okay, I will accept
I'm
that
on
Common's
board.
a fucking assassin in this world. All right, whatever you say, movie.
Or
I was fine with that shit.
yeah, I was totally on board. I was like, yo, is that Common? Yeah, that's my dog.
And then
What's
Common's
up?
like bang bang, and you're like, oh
Like-
shit, Common's a fucking badass.
They're like walking down, and there's like bang, bang.
Dude, that
Bang.
you would not expect two dudes walking in a fucking train station on different levels, pew pewing at each other to
just
be
like
the,
taking pot shots at each
one
other.
of the most intense shits ever. But it's so well crafted.
It's so well crafted. That's what's so beautiful. They take their time with the action scenes. They make the action worthwhile.
And you can see the
And
action.
you can see it. It's not like the screen is everywhere. The cuts are everywhere. I don't know what's going on. I'm having a seizure. But I also have to shout out real quick the one scene in the beginning, the concert, where they have like bass or like guitars and they're using a fucking bow to play them. That was the sickest shit. I wanted to try that.
I think the only thing that's rivaled that was the Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
dude,
They
like,
do the guitar.
that's the best part of the entire movie. Mad Max Fury Road, great ass movie.
Yeah.
Best part though is when they're just panning out of fucking Immortan Joe's
Yeah.
fleet, and there's just the dude like fucking
Playing a guitar.
jamming out on the flaming guitar.
There's no reason to that car whatsoever except for him to play music.
Yeah, that's all
He's
he
the
does.
drummer boy.
fucking hype man, and then it like flips around. There's like people on the back, they're like go 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 go.
Yeah.
He's like, and then it just shoots out flames, and you're like, okay, fucking all right.
Yeah, this is what I'm gonna show my kids. Like when they're like, "Yo, Dad, how was the 2010s?" I'm just gonna show them this clip of Sound Advice, and they're gonna understand how everything comes together. But yeah,
Got a little off topic.
little off topic. But no, that was perfect. I'm glad that we went that way.
Yeah, we need a little pick me up.
a little pick me up after that rough start. But I want to segue into a show I've been watching recently that
Okay.
I've enjoyed a lot,
Okay.
and I think you'll enjoy it too. It's called The Leftovers.
Oh fuck yeah, bro.
Dude, that show is
Where are you?
so
You
good.
on season 2 yet?
I'm on the first episode of season 2. I just finished it.
Oh, right? Oh my god, the twist. You're like,
The
holy
twist
shit,
is
how the
so
fuck?
good. I'm like, what I love, because I did not know Damon, what's it, Lindelof?
Damon Lindelof,
I
think.
I didn't know that he did Lost, but I can totally see like how
You really can.
you can really see the comparisons and how it's like similar in a way.
But better.
Way better, because this like Leftovers actually has answers so far to all my questions. It's not just like, oh, just keep watching. Oh, just keep watching. Oh, it's over. Leftovers.
Trust me, all the important stuff gets answered.
Exactly. Now, there's some stuff that I wouldn't mind if it didn't get answered. Like, for instance, if they never explain how people disappeared, I'd be okay with that. I think the fact that it's not explained is what is so beautiful about the story. It's what allows the character developments to be so much more intriguing, because it's almost like all these people are simultaneously dealing with some sort of grief, but they're not able to get to the acceptance part of it because there's this big unknown that is just never going to be answered. And it sucks because it's imagine just one of your loved ones just being out of nowhere, just taken from you. There's no build up. There's no like laying in a nursing home for like years. There's no like, having a sickness and that it's going to get rid of you. There's no like, that the kid's been doing drugs. There's
It's
nothing.
Just,
It's
you're
just,
there,
and
and then
then-
you turn around
and they're gone. And imagine just like just all of it. And Nora especially losing your whole family in an instant.
Did you get to the part where you find out where Kevin was?
Oh yeah, we were cheating on the girl. Imagine having sex
Oh
and then
my fuck,
as you're
dude.
dick deep into a girl and she's gone.
That shit fucked me up. Because like Nora, she was turned the other way, and then she turned around, and then nobody was there.
Yeah.
Kevin was inside of a human being.
Inside of her. Literally inside of her.
Like, how the fuck do you react to that shit?
Dude, I have
How
no
do you
idea.
react? That is the most insane shit, I think. Oh my god, the movie, not the movie, the show. The show is so good.
It's so compelling. And
it really is.
on the reverse, well, Kevin had his dick in a woman. His wife had a baby inside of her, and the baby disappeared.
Fucking God.
Imagine that, being
Right.
fucking pregnant, and all of a sudden just instantly not there anymore.
When you finish it, we need to talk about Lori's
I'm down.
unborn child.
I'm down, dude. I'm down. Like, oh my God. And the whole Holy Wayne thing was interesting. I love the different cults because it's like each person has a different philosophy,
Everyone has their own shtick.
their own shtick, their own like way of handling this sort of event. Whether it's existentialism, where you're just kind of like, life is gonna be over anyway. We're gonna be just like the departed, so nothing matters. Don't love anything with the guilty remnant, or whether it's this sort of cult leader who is like a messiah almost, who can grant wishes and produce, these future prodigies with Holy Wayne and grant wishes, or almost like Jesus, where he could take the sins away from you and make you feel better just from hugging you. I loved all that. Or you can go the fucking hot dad dilf Kevin route and just try and keep the peace. Like, you love the deer, so you got to shoot the dogs.
Biggest bummer, and I feel weird saying it, Kevin does not fuck Jill's friend.
Oh my God, I know.
And that's such a bummer, because I'm
That
like,
was
bro,
such a
she's
bummer.
into you, bro.
Dude, he could have easily slid in that shit.
Right?
There was the one tease where, like, Jill was like, "Did you fuck my dad?" And then, what's her name? Ailey, something like that.
I honestly don't remember.
And then she's like, "Yeah, I fucked your dad." But
And I was like, yeah, I wish.
well, I mean,
Where was that shit?
well, there was the part where he was like completely like, he obviously did not remember because he was going like psycho mode. So he might have, dude.
I don't think that he did. I don't think Kevin would have gone sicko mode enough to like fucking have sex with his daughter's underage friend.
What do you think that he said to her? Because apparently he said something to her.
He probably just like said that he wanted to fuck her or something.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, you've been around here. It's making it easier. Blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. Thanks for being a good friend to Jill.
Yeah.
You're hot, by the way.
You're like,
I'm going to go to bed, though.
They straight up, they do not wear bras on that show, and it's nice. It's nice. And
yeah, neither do the men, and that's pretty cool, too.
oh, dude, there's a scene, like one of the second last episodes, where Kevin is in one of his joggers, and you just see bulge, man. It is fucking sexy. It is hot as fuck, dude. Like, he's like sitting there, he's running, you just see that thing swanging in there. Swanging.
And it's so funny. It's the Fight Club credits song.
Yeah.
Fucking playing as he's like, where's my mind?
Where's
He's
my
like,
mind, yeah.
Fucking playing that shit while he's working out. We're
It's-
like, I'll let it go, dude.
Yeah.
That's probably your jam.
Yeah, but apparently, like, because people were like, "Yo, I hope I get to see more bulge." And apparently, in an interview, I haven't seen it yet. I have not yet been able to confirm, but apparently, he's had to wear extra pairs of underwear to not show off the bulge, and I'm really disappointed.
That's a bummer. I didn't really notice it. I was just like, yo, Kevin's hot, dad.
Dude, he is fucking sexy, and he gets sexier, dude. I did not think he was gonna get sexier in season 2. I thought
Season 3, he has a beard.
oh my God, dude, I'm gonna. To my future wife watching this, no, you're never gonna be able to top my boy Kevin. I don't even know the actor's name. but that's
Justin
all right.
Theroux.
Justin Theroux.
Used to be married to Jennifer Aniston, so that explains a lot.
Oh shit. Yeah, well, good for him.
Good for her.
Good for her. No, honestly.
Good for both of them, honestly.
Dude,
good for the two
good
hot
for the
people
both of them.
to fucking find each other like that and be like, yeah, we're probably settling, but it's like, no. That's like a true couple. They're both hot
They're
enough
both
for each
hot.
other.
They're both hot enough for each other. They're both at each other's
And they're
leagues.
not fucking aging
No,
at all.
They're both like Keanu Reeves, where they just do not age whatsoever.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves just gets more facial hair, but
Yeah.
he doesn't age.
He also gets hotter. I think I'd fuck John Wick Keanu Reeves over any other iteration. Like Matrix Keanu Reeves was kind of a dweeb.
I'm going to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of The Matrix.
I think it's a little overrated, but I can understand why it was a classic for the time. For the 90s, 99, like I could see why that shit was like, it was like eye-opening to people. Like,
I think the first half hour of The Matrix sucks, though.
it's so slow.
It's so boring.
Yeah, it's boring.
It's whack as shit.
Yeah, it's not until that he actually enters like the Matrix that it's like, okay, so this is an action film. I didn't know. I thought I was watching weird shit.
I thought I was watching, like, a worse version of The Crow.
Did I walk into the right theater? Is this the Matrix? I'm getting really bad acting from Keanu Reeves right now. That's all I'm getting. Yeah, I'm a hacker.
Yeah, man, y'all gotta accept that the first half hour of the Matrix sucks.
Like nobody references fucking when Keanu Reeves is in the musical, not a musical,
In the
cubicle.
club.
Yeah, the
In
club.
the club too, yeah.
Yeah, and he's just fucking standing there, and he's just like, "Yeah, give me a drink."
Yeah, that's like, ugh. I hate that about 90s movies. Cubicles?
Yeah.
What the fuck,
Oh
dude?
my god. The only time it worked was Office Space.
And very briefly in American Beauty.
True.
Very briefly in American Beauty. A classic, fuck you. I don't care. It's a
Excuse
classic.
me.
It's one of my favorite movies.
Me too. Excuse me, Kevin Spacey?
Oh, you like the movie too?
No, fucking Kevin Spacey, bro. He ruined the movie because of what he's done.
You mean what he was doing?
That's true. It was back in like the early 2000s, 90s when he was doing that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That makes it even better, I think.
Oh my fucking god.
Yo,
Say that you don't mean that, please.
Okay, I don't mean that. That was a really bad joke. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. That doesn't like offend me, but for
I
anyone
know
that's
for
just,
anybody
like,
else that listens, that's for all you out there. Shout out Kevin Spacey for releasing one of the best YouTube videos of all time.
one of the weirdest, out of nowhere videos, but nonetheless one of the greatest comebacks ever. The greatest comeback after what? A year?
After a year, yeah, and the show at House of Cards was ended, and everyone was.
Everyone was like, "Oh, I miss Kevin."
And Kevin Spacey came back.
Yep, he did it for you, and y'all acted offended.
And not only that, because that same day he got charged for sexual assault.
Yeah, that was a little bit of bad timing there, Kev Dog, but you know.
Honestly, respect, Kevin, that you had the balls to put that out.
Let's not talk about Kevin's balls.
Dude, that was like the fucking weirdest shit. Like, I was honestly like, am I living in a simulation? I don't think I'm living in a real life world anymore.
Mm-hmm.
If someone woke me up and said like everything that I've experienced is a lie, I'd believe him just because of what Kevin Spacey did to me. He mind fucked me. I need to charge Kevin Spacey for mind rape.
Trust me, he's getting charged for a lot more, bro. I actually don't even know what's going on with that.
I don't either. It was totally out of nowhere.
And then it just dropped.
Well, yeah, because no way was Netflix going to make a statement about that. Like, yeah, actually, he's dead. It would have been baller as fuck if Netflix released, like, a short clip of just the camera panning over, like, the funeral of Frank.
Mm-hmm.
And it would have just been, like his wife being like, I'm so glad that he died. And then
Netflix isn't going to touch that.
No, they're not. That's the
just
smart
like,
thing
just
to do.
like they haven't taken off Louis C.K.'s specials, and they haven't taken off L.A. Confidential and whatever
There's also
other Kevin Spacey movies that are on there. And please fucking don't, okay? Because
Yeah.
L.A. Confidential is one of the best 90s movies.
Yeah.
Okay, perfectly structured, and there's plenty of other actors in there who did not rape people.
That's true. Well, I mean, you also have there's that 70s show kind of reprise, the Ranch, that has
Fuck that show.
yeah.
I will never watch that show.
I'm not going to either.
I also hate that 70s show. And
Really?
I want that to be known. That 70s show is a bad show.
Wow, I'm gonna have to disagree. I love that 70s
I
show.
understand if you disagree, but it is just the worst thing to me.
Why is that?
Because I just get so mad when people put it on. Because it's kind of like The Office for me. It's just not funny.
You also don't like The Office.
Yeah.
Damn,
I
bro.
don't feel like getting attacked for this on here.
You're gonna get attacked, bro. That might be worse than anything we've said so far on this podcast.
I don't think that it is. I'm pretty sure that there's much worse things, but sure, go for it, people. Hang on to this one thing that The Office fucking blows. Okay, The Office sucks. It has good episodes, but overall, it fucking eats ass.
Did you hear about the new Netflix show that's gonna give Steve Carell $1 million an episode? It's gonna be about Trump's Space Force.
No, I didn't hear about this. What? Please enlighten me, because I'm ecstatic to hear this shit.
So the creator of
I saw Space Force trailer Netflix on my fucking trending feed or some shit, and I was like, ooh, I don't care.
So that's probably the same thing. Let me see if it's right here.
Also, when we're done with this, you got to watch the trailer for Velvet Buzzsaw with Jake Gyllenhaal. It's about he's like an art dealer and a bunch of other art dealers.
Oh, cool.
And there's this one guy who dies. this one artist, he dies, and this one girl comes in and like gives them these paintings, and these paintings like have souls in them.
Yo.
And it sounds fucking insane. It's
That's
got like
tight.
Jake Gyllenhaal, Rene Russo, John Malkovich. It's got like this huge
Yo.
star-studded cast, and it's directed by the guy who directed and wrote Nightcrawler.
Oh my god.
So it's gonna be
I'm already in
so
love. That's
fucking
perfect.
good.
That's perfect.
I'm so excited.
That's awesome. I fuck this podcast. No, I'm just kidding.
So everyone get excited for Velvet Buzzsaw.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be on my to look for
February 1st
February 1st
on Netflix.
Oh, it's on Netflix. It's a Netflix original.
Mm-hmm. So it can either be really good or it's gonna
Or
be real shit.
Really
but
bad.
but
Yeah.
you know,
At least it's
gonna
free
be
to
real
watch.
good.
At least it's free to
it's
watch.
gonna be real good.
I'm hoping. The concept sounds interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So Greg Daniels
Mm-hmm.
was the co-creator of The Office,
Mm-hmm.
and Steve Carell and The Office creator Greg Daniels are reuniting for a Netflix series inspired by President Donald Trump's idea for a space force as a sixth branch of the military.
Hell yeah. I'm all for that, by the way. Okay, space military, that's fucking badass,
That's
bro.
badass,
I'm gonna
dude.
join the shit out of that.
Dude, me too. Wouldn't that be sick? I want to join the space force so badly.
I'm gonna join the shit out of Space Force.
Oh my god. And the goal of the new branch is to defend satellites from attack and perform other space-related tasks.
Don't say it like that.
This
News
is-
people, this sounds fucking ridiculous.
Oh wait, I think that's. Wait, I'm not sure if that's supposed to be them making fun of the space force or what the space force is actually supposed to be about. But
Let's just accept that a space military would be fucking tight, and y'all can't deny it. Unnecessary or not, this might be where all of our military spending should go.
honestly, dude, I want to join the space force.
Maybe that's where the military spending is going right now. It's just been in front of us all along. It's going to Space Force.
It's going to Space
and
Force.
they don't care. They're like, we're fucking doing it.
I hope so.
What are you going to do? Fucking make a coup? Throw us over? Really?
Look,
That's fucking cute.
if what the left wants comes true and Trump is eviscerated in the next election, I at least hope that they keep the Space Force. That's all I want. I'm not asking for much.
Yeah, I will drop out of I'm so sorry, Mom and Dad. I will drop out of college and join Space
Me
Force.
too.
I want to fly in space
I
at
wanna
least
be in
once
space.
in my fucking life.
I want to be in space so badly.
At least once in my miserable life.
Like that's like I feel like I will be able. I'd be willing to die if I at least got to experience safe.
Safe.
Space. But I just had to experience that once, and then I feel like I would have done everything I would have needed to do in this life.
I haven't yet, but space is definitely on there.
Yeah.
I still got to skydive and shit like that.
Skydive would be fun.
I want to skydive from space
To Earth
and
and get fucking melted.
because I will catch on fire.
It'd be one hell of a way to go. Get on like a GoPro or something. Hey, Mom and Dad, I'm falling.
The GoPro would get eviscerated too, man.
Yeah, you need like a stainless steel like case for the GoPro.
Yeah, just one stainless steel layer around your GoPro. It like falls into the ocean and is never to be
found again.
That is whack as shit to me. That there's so much stuff in the ocean that we don't know.
That's true, dude.
Aquaman.
Could be real.
Another thing, Aquaman, fucking great movie. I want to say that right now. I love Aquaman. This shit is corny, but it's what we need right now. It's like how Wonder Woman, everyone was like, yeah, Aquaman is the movie, man.
Honestly,
I don't even give a shit if y'all are like, it's making too much money. Shut up. Give it your money.
give it your money.
First off, screenwriter, Mr. David Leslie Johnson, good friend of mine's uncle.
Really?
So, congrats to you, Mr. Leslie Johnson.
Well, you got connects then.
I do, but I don't. I've never talked to him.
Oh.
But I have my fingers crossed.
Yeah, dude. Be like,
But
hey,
still,
Mr.
Leslie Johnson.
Making Aquaman 2. You trying to get me in as Jason Momoa's son?
And he wrote The Conjuring too. So, you know,
Oh,
this
shit.
man's got some stuff. And he's pretty good friends, I'd say, probably with James Wan. So, I mean.
So, motherfucker. Fuck college.
So, I mean.
Let's just fucking go to his house. Smoke some bongs with him.
I mean, you got a family.
I mean, fuck his family. I mean, respect his family.
No, Mr. Leslie Johnson, we respect you
We
and we love you.
respect you and we love you and we really, really cross our fingers.
We cannot knock your game.
We can't knock your game because you're making
bank off
You're
this
making
Aquaman shit, I'm
bank,
assuming.
dude. You're probably selling your house right now, buying a new mansion because you've already got the next Justice League given to you.
Mm-hmm.
As you're probably writing the screenplay for that
But
shit right now.
make it good, okay? I know you didn't write the first one, and that's why it's fine.
That's why it's fine because it's not your
That's
promise.
why it's fine.
Not your baggage.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Affleck's probably not gonna do Batman again. So you got a whole new Batman to pick from. You got the hottest white man in the 7 Seas with Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa's not hot.
He's not hot in the 7 Seas. I can't find another man I'd want to bang.
Are you telling me you don't want to bang blonde Patrick Wilson?
I would bang blonde Patrick Wilson,
Ugh.
but I would also probably bang the guy that Guillermo del Toro movie, Aquaman prequel edition.
The Shape of Water?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Can't knock it, but
or Johnny Depp.
Shit, what were we talking about?
That's a good question. I don't know. We were
shit about shit in the ocean.
Shit in the ocean. Yeah.
That was one thing that Aquaman did make me think about. I was like, there's so much shit down there. We don't know.
There could be an Atlantis.
I wouldn't go that far. But there could be.
There could be an Atlantis.
I mean, did you guys see the Meg?
That's what
the
I was saying.
The Marianas Trench does not exist, bro. It goes deeper.
It goes deeper. That's my dream. I want to go down the Mariana Trench.
We definitely complained about it last year, but the Meg was not as shitty as it should have been.
I think it just should have been rated R.
I think it should have been rated R, and it should have been worse.
Yeah, exactly. Then you
Because
would
then
have
it could
made
have been
bank.
schlock.
Look at Sharknado.
Fuck Sharknado. I really cannot stand that movie. I've tried watching 1 through however fucking many there are.
Is it just not bad enough, or do you think they tried too hard to be bad?
It's not bad enough.
Okay.
It's not, like, funny.
Yeah. That's the thing, is that if you're going... I feel like the fact that they're self-aware about how bad they are ruins how bad it is.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if you know it's bad and you're just purposely making schlock, it's not as good as, like, The Room.
Yeah, like the first one is the best one because they didn't know how it was going to be, but they still knew it was a sci-fi movie, so they knew that they could, like, not give a shit.
They can get away with it's a ridiculous concept, so they knew it was going to be, like, ridiculous, but they didn't know how far they could take it and how much the public was going to like it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they made the 4th one, Swimming in the Money, they're like, all right, now we're going to make the fucking sharks fuck in the hurricane. And reproduce multiple hurricanes out of one
Hell yeah,
Sharknado.
Bro. Hurricane babies.
See, like, fucking sci-fi hook me up. I'll give you the best goddamn movie ever. I'll make it bank. You just gotta meme it. Like Bird Box, make a Sharknado challenge.
Please don't. Please don't. It's just gonna end badly for everyone. And also, if you did the Bird Box challenge and you got hurt and you're thinking about suing Netflix, just don't. Just don't.
Think about suing yourself. Excuse me, lawyer. I'd like to take myself to court. I did something very idiotic.
I feel like I've definitely read something about somebody who sued themselves.
Oh, for sure.
And won. Which already makes no sense. How do you present a case? Like, how do you present a case about that shit and the judge is just like, how the fuck did we get here? Yo, I've got 6 PhDs, man.
Like, yo, do you do you want to win or do you want to lose? I don't know what the fuck you want from me.
Well, he wants to win, but I want to win. It's the same person, bro. What the fuck?
Okay, listen, we got to sit down. We got to talk about something here. I'm about to put you in a goddamn psych ward if you keep fucking with me. I got shit to do.
You shut up. I got to talk to my client here. Wait, so you're the lawyer, the defendant, and the fucking other what the fuck?
God damn it. They always give me the fucking mental, kids. God damn it.
Fucking judge is just pissed off.
I should be on the fucking Supreme Court by now. When's Ginsburg gonna pass the torch already?
She's like, I'm never croaking, motherfucker.
God damn it. I wasted my whole fucking life.
Waiting for this shit. What are we at right now?
We are at... Oh, fuck, you're gonna sign in.
Yeah. That's how it be, though. It's all good.
We're at like 55 minutes.
You think that's good?
I think we go to an hour. I really like this podcast.
Yeah, this one's going good.
This one I like more the movie expert artist.
Stop saying that, bro.
I just want to say the name to give it a little shout out.
Bella's gonna be so pissed.
Honestly, like, Bella is just the best individual ever. She is a great person. You're so lucky to have her as a girlfriend.
Yeah, that's my girlfriend. You don't think I know that shit?
All right. Hopefully she stopped listening by now. So Bella's a fucking... No, I'm just kidding. I don't think she would have even listened this far. That'd be impressive. If anyone's listened this far, kudos to you, Mom. But The Leftovers is a great show. I really like the concept it's talking about. I'm really, really excited for the Watchmen series that's coming out.
Very excited about that, yeah.
And honestly, I'm excited for 2019. I think it's going to be... I'm hoping it's going to be a better year.
I'm thinking it's going to be.
I'm
Also,
thinking so too.
wait, did you have beef with 2018? Because I saw a lot of people who were like, fucking bye to 2018. And I was like, it was an year.
It was meh. You know?
I started dating Bella, and I was like, that's good. But, like, I mean, I get why people have beef with it, but it's like, what was your problems with it?
My problems with 2018 was... I mean, honestly, I'd say that it started off pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say it started off really well. You know, finishing up high school, saying bye to all my friends. That part was fantastic. And then the summer, even I'd say the summer was really good too.
Mm-hmm.
First part of college, I'd say the first half of college was even really good. So far, 2018 was going like perfect. And then towards that end of the first semester, wasn't going too good. I was dealing with a lot of shit, and you know about that. But overall, it was just kind of like, I was just kind of like, you know what? I'm done with 2018. I had my fun, but I'm ready for the new year, and I'm ready for what the new year brings me, because it's going to bring me new opportunities. And now I feel like I think the problem with people and how they negatively look at the year is that they look at it as if, you know, it's something that happened and they want it to leave as soon as possible. My take is I'm going to take the mistakes I made in 2018 and I'm going to learn from them. And I'm going to learn not to make the same mistakes. So 2019 will be a better year because I won't end up repeating myself. And I think that that's the problem. If you don't learn from your mistakes, you're just going to end up having a shitty year every year, you know? You gotta take the bad with the good. Plus, if you didn't have any bad, then the good wouldn't be as good.
Yeah.
So what about you?
I don't know. Mine's not as, you know, relating to me as much. Mine's just more one of those things where it's like everything that could have gone worse in society did.
Oh, yeah.
And that, I don't know. It just annoys the shit out of me. Kind of depresses me. But it's
feel
like,
that, yeah.
I mean, it's like, I want people to be nicer.
That's so true.
It's not hard.
That's the thing. Like, I just want everyone to sort of be nicer to each other. There's no reason for it to be a dick.
But also, if somebody's doing some stupid shit,
then call
them out on it.
Absolutely.
But fucking be nice about
Be
it.
nice
It's not
about it.
hard.
Look, yeah, that's the thing. You know, there's a way that we need to practice civil discourse as a society. I think we've gotten away from that on both ends of this political spectrum.
Hey, whoa. Are you assuming that I don't teach my kids political discourse? I think they might be offended by it, being told what to do.
Well, fuck your kids.
Okay, cool. That's kind of where I was going with that. Thank you.
Good. Nah, in all honesty, I like you said, I think you summed it up pretty well. We should all just be kind of nicer because it's getting to this point where everyone's fucking hating each other. And
we're like just a bunch of New Yorkers.
Yeah, we're all a bunch of New Yorkers.
Angry.
Go fuck yourself. What the fuck?
We're just so angry.
Yeah, like we gotta all just take a chill pill. Take me back to middle school, 2012. I think we stopped taking our meds. We stopped taking our chill pills, and that's what's went wrong. So let's open up the thing, get our prescriptions.
And we're no saints either. Trust me. I get pissed off. I rant to Bella all the time about this shit because I get so mad.
Oh, absolutely. I get angry all the time.
But it's like
it's a normal human emotion. You're allowed to get angry, but there's.
But I try to be nice to people.
That's the thing. When I'm talking to someone else, my thing is I'm trying to tolerate other people's point of views. You know.
Yeah.
I see where you're coming from, and I respect your viewpoint, but I would like in return for you to respect my viewpoint as well. And that's all I'm really asking for.
Yeah.
And if we can do that, then I think society will do better in 2019, and hopefully we can start moving that way. And I think I'm optimistic that we will, that it will get better.
Yeah. I'm neutral right now. You know, it's already fucking January 17th, and Cardi B's yelled at the president. People are trying to remove scenes from Bird Box, apparently, and, you know, the government's still shut down. So let's let that sink in. And now that that's sunk in, let's go ahead and end it positively real quick.
Did you see the new Louis C.K. special?
No.
That was leaked.
Are you shitting me?
It was leaked, yeah. It's really fucking good. I'll have to show you it after the podcast is over.
Okay.
But what were you going to say to make it positive?
I don't know. Do you have anything?
That really goes to show how far deep we've dug ourselves here in 2018. I would say something positive to look forward to is
Andddd.
Andddd is supposed to drop.
If it ever
If
fucking
it ever
comes
does
out.
drop, we might be landing on Mars soon.
Mm-hmm.
The Roaring Twenties is just a year away again.
Hell yeah,
so
baby.
Dress up in your suits and fedoras
Mm-hmm.
and ride your old Rolls Royces wherever you want to go. I'd say music is. I'm excited for all the music scenes that'll be coming up this year.
Mhm.
Bonnaroo, Coachella, Burning Man, not a music scene, but I'm excited for all that.
And nobody famous has died yet,
Nobody famous has died so far, and
I think.
yeah, well, people have died though.
Yeah, but nobody like that's gonna depress everyone.
That's true.
No offense.
No offense to anybody whose family has died in the time of listening to this podcast. Rest in peace.
Yeah, no offense. I just don't think that your family members would be memed, but if they are, cool.
Then maybe that's a good thing. Maybe not.
Yeah, it'll let you guys have your period of mourning.
I would want to be memed if I died.
I'll get famous then.
Yeah, just meme me when I die.
Nope, you got to be famous. If you're not famous, I
Just-
don't want to meme your poor ass.
Just take my prom. Oh wait, I can't say that on here. I don't want everybody to find this video, but find that video of me on YouTube and just make memes out of that.
I'm thinking about saying it, but I won't.
Don't do
I
that.
won't, cause you're my friend.
I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it because I don't want that getting out. That's high school. That's 2018.
And make it private.
Look, I want it to be an Easter egg, so people will eventually come across and be like, "Oh my God, that was Jake Hare."
Yo, what did he say about slipping his dick in?
I might have to private that one.
No, as long as I have it, you can do whatever the fuck you want with it. But I love that song.
That song, I do like that song. I enjoy it a lot. We got to make music this year. That's what's going to be better
going
about
to.
2019. We're going to make music.
We're gonna make music. We're gonna make beats. We're gonna do all that kind of stuff. Well, Jake's gonna make beats. I'll spit bars or something. Thanks, everybody.